Nation, Johns Hopkins Blue Jays right here at 6 p.m. Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Devin Jarvis, joined alongside our analysts, Alec Brown and Matthew Giavoni. Gentlemen, it's great to have you here today, and I'm very excited to get going. How are we feeling?
I mean, we're feeling absolutely great, obviously. The atmosphere is just incredible in here during warm-ups. Everybody's excited to be here, and it should be a great matchup today.
I mean, Matt, like you were saying, both incredible teams, very offensive-oriented. Both top 25 teams, it can only be an amazing game.
It's great to be here with both of you, and I'm excited to get things going. But before we break down the game, let's quickly check out the starting lineups. Right now. Played in 2 tournament games this year, and both of them have not gone in their favor. The question I have is whether or not that rest is an advantage toward them. You know, they have so much time, but is it helping? Ithaca last played on Tuesday. Johns Hopkins 6 days ago on Thursday. What's the advantage here?
I think it actually might be an advantage for Johns Hopkins having all that rest. Devin, like you just said, their past 2 weeks, they have lost their first game. However, they're coming off some of the hottest streak. They just won a 3-1 set against the number 2 ranked Claremont Mudscripts. And before that game, had a win against Colorado State. They are riding a confidence-boosting high. I talked with outside hitter Karina Garcia before the game, and she told me this team is very good at their trickery. They're very good at getting where the defense isn't. And along with that, they're very creative in their offensive sets. So it's going to be very interesting what Johns Hopkins can do in this one with all of their rest.
Well, certainly rest is never a bad thing, and obviously Johns Hopkins is going to be feeling good, feeling rested, feeling healthy for this game. However, Ithaca is newly ranked, now 25th in the country for all of D3, and they're riding a wave of hype, momentum, something that playing an extra game in between last week's tournament and this week's tournament is going to help them. Johns Hopkins doesn't have that. They're going to need to get up and match that momentum. They're going to need to shake this narrative that they can't win these first games of their tournaments. Johns Hopkins is going to look to do that here, but that rest certainly could play a factor here.
Breaking the curse is what Johns Hopkins is going to need to do. But so far, as you mentioned, they've been phenomenal this year. And Ithaca has been great. They're number 25 in the nation, 14th in kills per set, 10th in assists per set. But it's on the defensive side that we have our concerns. The question I have, if Johns Hopkins is going to be beat by Ithaca tonight, who's going to be that defensive X factor?
For me, that defensive X factor has to be Ellie Benedict, the libero out of University of Albany. She just transferred here, already having a great year so far. 52 digs on the season, about 2 per game, and really stepped it up in that NYU game when they were in the national 4th ranked team. In that game, she had 13 digs. Also can get done on the offensive side. Against Kane State, had 4 aces in that one. So I think Ellie's impact will definitely be felt this game if Ithaca does take home the win.
Blocks aren't this defense's strong suit. They're going to have to look to something they've been a little better at, that is digs. And their digs leader, Julia Costa, is going to be a huge X factor, I think, tonight. 99 digs on the season. She needs 1 more for 100, and I'm sure she's going to have many more than that tonight. Looking to have a big game to get a win over a tough Johns Hopkins offense. She averages 4 a set. I think she's going to want to get a little more than that tonight, but we should see a lot of Julia Costa if this defense is going to step up.
Speaking of Julia Costa, we were lucky enough to go on a quick walk with her about her story with this volleyball team and the Ithaca Bombers volleyball team in general. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm here with Julia from the Ithaca volleyball team. Hi, Julia.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So to start, are you happy right now?
Yeah, I would say so. Practice is over, so I'm pretty happy.
What position do you play?
I'm a libero.
What's your best pump-up song before a game?
Best pump-up song? Probably Just Wanna Rock.
Okay. And who's your favorite coach?
Favorite coach? I love my coaches right now. Coach Dilfer and Coach Cam are pretty good.
Who's your favorite teammate?
I can't pick one. I love them all.
Favorite thing about Ithaca College?
Definitely the family and the community of everybody here is great.
Favorite thing about Ithaca volleyball?
How successful we've been and how good we look. It's going to be a really exciting season.
And why did you choose Ithaca College?
I chose it for not only the academics, but just, the success that this program has had in previous years, so it was a pretty easy decision for me.
What does a typical day look like when you have a game?
That's a good question. It's pretty hectic. Wake up, go to classes, get a pregame meal in, then go to treatment, and then game time.
Plans after graduation?
Probably grad school. I don't know where yet, but it's kind of in the working.
Why did you start playing volleyball?
I started playing in 3rd grade with my sister. She was on the team, and so I wanted to give it a shot, and I've just loved it ever since.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what would you have?
Definitely being invisible, for sure.
And what advice would you give to a younger athlete?
Never give up. Even when things get tough, just keep pushing through.
Best way to decompress after a long practice?
Just go on social media, debrief everything, let my body rest and recover.
What's your choice of caffeine?
I actually don't drink caffeine.
What do you drink?
I'm a big water person.
What athlete do you look up to the most right now?
Right now, I'd probably say Alex Morgan on the U.S. soccer team.
How many hours a day do you think you spend in the Hill Center?
I would say at least 3 to 4.
Does it get tiring?
Yes, very. But I love it here. It's like my second home.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
I like to meditate, like by myself in an empty classroom, just to kind of get my mind ready for the game and, get treatment right before the game starts, get my body ready.
What is the best post-game meal?
Ooh, definitely anything with pasta.
If you could play another sport at Ithaca College, what would you play and why?
Probably soccer, because I played for like 10 years when I was little, so.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, a lot.
What hobbies do you like to do outside of volleyball?
I like working out, like going on hikes, hanging out with friends.
Thoughts on this weekend's tournament?
I'm really excited, just, our first home game, everyone to come out.
How many hours a day do you think you spend in the locker room?
2.
Are the showers gross?
Yes.
And any last words about Ithaca Volleyball, the tournament, and this weekend?
It's going to be a great game, good atmosphere. I'm excited, and go Bombers.
Thanks, Julia.
Thank you for having me.
It's just about time to begin here at Ben Light Gymnasium. We'll all be here all night providing insight on the match. But for now, let's send it to Rhiannon DeCrow and Jenna Johnson for the call. Guys?
Devin, thanks so much. We are so excited to be joining you here at Ben Light Gymnasium for the Ithaca Bombers and the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. I'm Rhiannon DeCrow. Joined alongside me is Jenna Johnson. And on our sideline tonight is Tobias Zabore. We're super excited to be here tonight. What a great matchup we have. 2 ranked teams, the number 25 Bombers, the number 7 Blue Jays. Jenna, what are you going to be on the lookout for tonight?
One of the main things to be on the lookout for is this Ithaca setting game going on today. Right now we have Peyton Miller starting as setter, and Peyton so far this season has only played as defensive specialist with 52 digs but only 4 assists. Ithaca struggled with their Maddie Cox setter being injured right now, but then having freshman Wesley Slavin go in, who's 6th in the country in assists right now, to now have Peyton Miller, who's played for this team for 3 years now, to come back and set. I'm interested to see how this is going to work out for the Bombers.
It's going to be really interesting, Jenna. And, we got the chance to speak with Coach Stolfer today, and he talked a lot about the setting game. Obviously, Maddie Cox going out in the game 1 against NYU. Big loss for the Bombers. So we will see how it plays out tonight. Obviously, one of the better teams out here in the country in the Blue Jays on the floor tonight.
Number 6, Emma Dion. Number 7, Danielle Norman. Number 8, Ivy Swafford. Number 10, Roxy Carr. Number 14, Eliza Julio. Number 15, Eloise Estrada. Number 17, Vire Murphy. Number 21, Brooklyn Peters. Number 23, Jordan Price. And number 24, Alejandra Sol. And now, the starters for the Blue Jays. A libero number 2, defensive specialist number 2, Evelyn Batista. A setter number 5, Helena Swap. The libero is graduate student number 11, Grace Rayana. A middle blocker number 18, Alice Yu. An outside hitter number 19, Simmering Carlson. An outside hitter number 20, Simone Adams. And a middle, number 22, Chinabon Orakwa. And coach in the 7th season is Matt Joy. And now, let's meet the starters for Ithaca College. Number 2, Marina Garcia. Number 8, Bridget Altman. Number 9, Sandy Clem. Number 10, Peyton Miller. Number 14, Maddie Cox. Number 16, Aya Moritz. Number 17, Alex Montgomery. And number 22, Naomi Close. And now, the starting lineup for your home team, the Ithaca College Bombers. A junior defensive specialist from Western New York, number 1, Ellie Benedict. The senior middle from Tampa, Florida, number 3, Jamie Houston. A first-year outside hitter from Helena, Florida, number 12, Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu. A first-year center from Mill Valley, California, number 15, Wesley Slavin. A sophomore middle from Madison, Wisconsin, number 21, Ella Raper. A junior outside hitter from the Woodland, Texas, number 23, Faye Sabanier. The starting libero is the senior number 18, Julia Costa. And coach is a season is Johan Golfer. He's assisted by Cam Bancroft.
Heard the starting lineups for the Ithaca Bombers and the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. How about these two teams tonight, Jenna? We talked about Peyton Miller. Who's a player you're looking out for on the Johns Hopkins side of things?
John Hopkins, I'm going to have to go with their outside hitter, Roxy Kerr. This outside hitting game has been strongest for John Hopkins so far. They're hitting at a D1 level. Julia Costa's going to have a game for her. She's going to have to work even harder on defense to be able to get these hits.
Absolutely. The blockers are going to have to be working hard tonight. Those liberos, defensive specialists in the back row working hard as well. I mean, Coach Dolfer told us this is probably the best team they will see all season, and in his opinion, they should be ranked higher. Spoke very highly of this team. We will see how it pans out tonight as we're getting ready to get things going here at Ben Light Gymnasium. Once again, I'm Rihanna DeCrow, joined alongside Jenna Johnson and Toby Zabori down there on the sideline with us tonight. Players giving each other their final high fives out there. We got for the Ithaca Bombers all two captains down there on the floor in Faye Sabatier. Just one captain out there on the floor, excuse me.
These captains have been proving so much leadership on this Bombers team as well. And then we see Julia Costa entering the game. One of the captains going back in. She's proven herself in these 4 years as a leader, and she's going to lead on the defense tonight.
Two captains out there on the floor tonight. You know, Faye Sabatier, Julia Costa, two people who are very involved in all of Ithaca's clubs, involved with Student Advisory Council, Leadership Academy as well, just staples around this Ithaca campus, Jenna.
Absolutely.
So Ellie Benedict, the junior, stepping up to the line for the first serve of the night for the Bombers. And we're away. Touch over, blocked. Hopkins keeps it alive. The hit, it's blocked down on the floor, and Ithaca opening the game with point number 1.
And that's exactly what Ithaca needs to be strong on tonight. Being able to read those, seeing the block.
Great blocking there from Ella Graper and Faye Sabatier there on the near side. Strong hit there, Costa up to the netting. It goes over, just into the netting. That was Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu.
And that's one of those decisions there where I like how she was able to take that attack, but you decide to get it over the net, so you take that dig instead.
Costa's first dig of the night, definitely warming up, but now Hopkins will get their first serve of the night. So Helena Swak to Costa. Sabatier down, alive. Set over the net, free ball. And down from the block. Johns Hopkins on that far side. Anakwa with 18 blocks on the season over there. She's playing on that far side. She was part of that block. The tip over the net, free ball. Hopkins struggles to keep it alive, but will find it. Back over. And into the free space, and Hopkins cannot recover. A great little fake tip there from Ella Graper.
Ella Graper proving herself, being able to read where the libero is seeing, going right to those angles, exactly what you want to see from middle.
So Costa at the line. Looking for the kill, and out of bounds. We've got ourselves a 3-2 game. Ithaca up early in set number 1. So Julia Costa, the captain libero out there tonight, will step up yet again into the free space on the floor, somehow gets it back over. Sets it up for Miller, and the tip over. Looking for the high hit. Costa to Miller. Gonzalez Abreu into Hopkins' side of the court. And that'll be a kill for her. And a timeout by Johns Hopkins.
With Sam Scher.
Hey, I'm Sam Scher. I'm here on the Ithaca College campus, and I'm here to ask them some volleyball-related trivia. Let's get started. Come on. Who won the 2020 Women's Olympics? For volleyball? Was it A, Siberia, B, USA, or C, Brazil?
Brazil. I'm going Brazil.
Brazil?
USA.
That's correct. That's correct.
And now back to the game.
Welcome back to Ben Light Gymnasium, where the Ithaca Bombers are up 4-2 on the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays here early in set 1, them taking an early timeout. And Matt Troy, the head coach of the Blue Jays, just getting his team a little bit settled down there. Ithaca with a lot of early momentum, but Julia Costa stepping up for her 3rd serve of the night. And we're away. Set up over the net, Sabatier just out of bounds. Wasn't expecting that one to come over the net, it looked like. So we are 4-3 now here. Bombers still leading. And Rory Craxer, up to the net. Call over the net. Set up very nicely. The hit down into the floor, a missile.
And that's exactly those outside hits that we were talking about. D1 level, being able to hit it straight down, that the defense is not able to react, and the block was just not there in time as well.
And Pam Chapo, the senior right side hitter, getting the kill on that one. Miller up. Sabatier into the blockers. The Blue Jays, a brick wall up there. On Aqua with another block tonight. She's been tight on that net. So Carr back up on the line. Slavin up. On Aqua. But the dig will be good and not able to be saved by Ithaca. Great little rally there, but eventually Gonzalez Abreu with the hit straight into the blockers, and that will be down on Ithaca's side of the floor. So we are 6-4. Hopkins now leading, momentum shifting just a little bit here. Slavin, Koopman into the blockers and down. Five to 6 here. Peyton Miller on the line. And that will be out of bounds. Ithaca ball. We are back at a tie game, 6-6.
What a good read by Ellie Benedict there, being able to follow the ball to the line, making sure it's going out.
So Peyton Miller, the junior setter, defensive specialist this year with the service ace. And she's been known for those already 4 on the season. That will be 5 for Peyton Miller. How about it, Jenna?
That was an amazing call. Going right there. John Hopkins not really able to read that that serve as well.
Great dig by Benedict, and that'll be down.
Seems she's got a little bit turned around there on the play. Not able quite to follow the ball.
Little miscommunication there by the Bombers, but we are tied at 7s here as the junior in aqua will step up to the line. 6-2, and that will be out. A service error for her 7th of the season. Gives the Bombers the lead back. So a little tug of war here early in the first set as Gonzalez Abreu. A laser straight into the netting. She wanted that one. And you know, Jenna, when we went and visited Coach in his office today, we saw a statement on the wall that said, we have a serve that is controlled and we have a serve that is aggressive.
Absolutely. Well, that serve was definitely aggressive. I like to see the placement she was going there right on the line. Just had to get that throw a bit clear to be able to make that serve.
Evelyn Batista, the junior libero. Straight into the netting. A bunch of service errors in a row here, Jenna.
Twice, one for each team.
So we're 9-8 here in set number 1. And it will be Jamie Koopman, the senior from Tampa, Florida. Up and Hopkins into the empty floor.
There, just like we saw earlier with that's the right side, or excuse me, that is the outside. And just like we saw earlier on the right side, Ithaca needs to be able to see these blocks sooner to be able to powerhouse.
An excellent hit there by Roxy Carr. Costa with the touch and up for Montgomery, excuse me, but into the blockers and down on the floor.
That's the second time that Costa has had to do an out-of-system play and set up her outside hitters. And that is a beautiful offset that she was just able to do as well.
Simran Karsten. Sammy Clem in for the Bombers. Montgomery up and dug out, but no one is there. That will be a kill for Ithaca.
Being able to repeat the play, but this time being able to hit it right down the line instead of across, gets Ithaca the point.
And Montgomery coming in, being aggressive right off the bat, one of the captains, a senior on this team. Tip over into the empty floor, and the Bombers will not be able to get there. So Hopkins is up 12-10 on Ithaca here early in set number 1. Midway through, more like. So Alice Yu for Hopkins and Faith Sabatier. Up and dug out by Julia Costa. Off for Sabatier again. Dug out by Yu, the server. A little miscommunication. A free ball for Ithaca. And again, the tip over the net. And the hit will be down, and Costa trying to dig it out, but a little too hot off the hands there. A great rally from both teams, keeping the ball alive.
Absolutely right.
So Alice Yu, the sophomore, a step up yet again out of San Diego, California. Sabatier, the tip over, but someone is there for Hopkins. Hit into the empty space. Sammy Clem digs it out. And Draper into the free space. She'll register a kill there.
That's being able to use the blocks. You see it coming, be able to utilizing it, and watching where it's going to be able to get the tool and hit it out of bounds.
How about Ella Graper? Already 2 kills on the night tonight. That'll be her 3rd. Ellie Benedict for Ithaca. A little miscommunication, and that's a great serve into that back near side of the court. Benedict 10th in the Liberty League in service aces. That's 2nd on the team as well for the Bombers. Little fight for the ball there. Get it over is Julia Costa. Into the empty floor space. Benedict trying to recover, but cannot be controlled.
Hopkins is able to read this Ithaca defense, knowing where Costa is on the court, being able to go to the other side. They're not trying to get these across shots anymore, trying to go straight down the middle. And that's where the Ithaca block has to come in to be able to read those plays.
That kill by Simone Adam getting barely over the net is the serve and somehow managing it over as the Bombers. Gonzalez Abreu to Sabatier, the tip over into the empty floor space. A great read by Faith Sabatier.
Earlier in this game, Ithaca was stumped by this John Hopkins block, but it seems they're really able to read off it now, being able to either go around it, get the tool, or just chip right over it.
And into the empty floor space, Jamie Koopman with the kill. A little, thought she was going up for the block, but straight down to that empty space. Great read. Costa, soft serve over the net. Set up and blocked down, but into the hands of Jamie Koopman and down onto the floor.
Seems Koopman saw where the mistake happened as well, being able to read off the block, being able to perform the block as well herself. She went right to her team and said, I saw what went wrong, I'll fix it next time.
So Roxy Carr at the line yet again. Into the ceiling. And Gonzalez Abreu a little bit hard over that back line, and that will be out of play. It's a 16-14 Hopkins lead. Roxy Carr, the junior, out of Los Altos, California. Koopman over, and the block is down out of bounds.
Ithaca taking a minute here. Sometimes what just a great volleyball team needs. And Coach said earlier this morning with us that it's we, not me, and that's exactly what that play just proved. Ithaca being able to combine together to read it, to figure out what they need to do.
So Ithaca will regain service possession. Peyton Miller back up to the line, the junior out of Petoskey, Michigan. Transitioned from the setter to the defensive specialist this year, but back in her setting position tonight. Hit there. Slavin gets it up, and Miller sets up Gonzalez Abreu over. Dug out. Hopkins. That was Simran Carlson, just a little too hard out of play. She does have 53 kills on the year, though. She's leading the team in kills per set. Number 19 over there in the light blue. Just touched the ball. Miller up to Slavin. Costa the free ball. Set up for. And a bit of shuffling in front of the net, but cannot be saved by the Bombers.
What a dig from Miller on that play, though. Diving down using her whole body to get that ball.
Anakwa out of Elkridge, Maryland, into the net. That'll be her second service error of the game.
Okay, guys, be careful. There's going to be a court behind you guys. So please don't trip.
A rocket of a serve from Gonzalez Abreu. Straight into the empty floor space. What a missile by Simran Carlson.
We see it again. Hopkins avoiding Costa on these hits.
And Simran Carlson, how about that play? She suffered an injury her freshman year, only played in 5 matches, but 18 games last year, and now she's leading the team in kills per set, so great job from her on that near side of the floor. Batista, the serve. Back serve, and cannot be stopped by Hopkins. So Jamie Koopman will get the kill on that one. Just last week was the Liberty League Performer of the Week for the volleyball side of things, and the block by Graper. For Slavin, and the kill, looking for it was Montgomery. And the block is down and in out of bounds. So Jamie Koopman will come off the floor now for the Bombers, and Sammy Clem. And on the Hopkins side of things, Roxy Carr coming off, and that'll be number 20, Simona Adam coming in.
It's another service error for this Hopkins team. That's 3 on the night for them.
What do you think you can attribute that to, Jenna?
I think Hopkins is going in this trying to play aggressive, because we've seen these Ithaca serves be aggressive as well. But when you're playing aggressive on your serve game, you need to be able to get the timing right to be able to get it over the net. If you want to be aggressive, you still got to try and get the point over the net.
And how about Simone Adam coming right into the game, registering herself a kill, her first touch of the night on that ball, and she has 74 on the season, so she's looking. She has the single season record in kills by a freshman. She had 414 kills overall last year, and 7th all time for Blue Jays. Sabatier. Sammy Clem puts it up for Slavin. The tip over by Sabatier. Good read there. Anakwa, the block into Graper. Again, Graper down into the floor.
And that's a single block we're seeing there. She's doing that all on her own. Ithaca's known to go double block, even a triple block occasionally. Graper just being able to read both plays, tremendous for this Ithaca offense.
And Ella Graper, the middle blocker, 6'1", out there on the floor, the tallest, one of the tallest for the Bombers, but Hopkins certainly a little bit bigger, a little taller than the Ithaca Bombers. Ellie Benedict with the service ace. 10th in the Liberty League in service aces, and she is showing that off tonight.
Caught Hopkins watching the ball there, not following it to the line.
And Ellie Benedict, the transfer from UAlbany, didn't play in 2022 due to injury, but coming in and making an impact for Ithaca as she dives for that one, can't get a handle on it. So in what is a very close set number 1, it is 22-21 Hopkins. Elena Swak with that serve, and big hit, but the block is up from Graper and Sabatier.
And talk about a vert there. I mean, she's just able to get above this Ithaca block going over and over again till finally she gets the kill.
Simone Adam.
Thank you, guys. Well, entering the Bomber Invitational here today, Ithaca has a bit of a home court reputation to defend. Since Johan Dolfer was hired as the head coach of this Bombers squad, Ithaca has gone 51-10 at the Ben Light Gymnasium since 2016 and are currently riding on an 8-game winning streak at Ben Light Gymnasium that started during last year's Bomber Invitational. You can see and really hear the fans in this game. They're trying to wheel the Bombers through every single point and every single volley in this match, and Ithaca's trying to capitalize on that home field advantage that gave them through the Liberty League tournament last year. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you so much. That's our sideline reporter, Toby Zabore, down there. Looking good as always, like your tie, Toby. And how about this Ithaca crowd? The students really showing out for the reigning Liberty League champions. We know Ben Light Gymnasium can get electric. We've seen it for basketball. We saw it for volleyball last year. A lot of great things happening in this gym, and this rotating tournament between Hopkins, Susquehanna, and Ithaca. Finally, the hosting rights come back to Ithaca, so we get to see some great volleyball here on the South Hill tonight. Graper looking.
Not quite sure there if it was able to clear the net until the ref made that decision.
Possibly a net violation over there from the Bombers, so Hopkins back on the line. Slavin, Gabriella looking, and she will get it. The freshman into the arms of the blocker is not intimidated. That ball will go straight to the floor, and she will get herself a kill. into the empty for a rocket by Simone Adam.
And there's another one. They knew that these outside hitters were going to be one of the hardest components, and Simone Adams has proven that tonight. She is just constant going down that line, avoiding Julia Costa, which I already talked about earlier.
Slamming the door on Ithaca's chances at set number 1. It's 25-22, your final score here from set number 1. But we want to remind you that one of the most well-known festivals in the Finger Lakes returns to Ithaca next weekend in the Fall Creek neighborhood. Ithacans open up their porches to allow local musicians to show off their talent to the community, and reporter Cam Manna gives us a preview of what's in store this year. So Cam, take it away.
In just a little over a week, these streets in Fall Creek will be filled with music as the porch becomes the main stage. Originating in 2007, Porch Fest is now a nationwide phenomenon where local musicians play on the front porches of their neighbors' homes. Local musician Sing Treese has put at the event in several cities in New York.
As a performer, it's really a blessing because there's so many people, like I said, that are performing today, and for them to stop and take a moment to really stop and watch your whole set, that is really cool.
In Fall Creek, I'm Cam Manna. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Great work as always. We're back here at Ben Light Gymnasium, and our sideline reporter Toby Zabori has a little message for us.
An entirely new attitude, we over me. This new phrase has been sitting with the Bombers since before day 1 of the season began, and that is building a team culture that junior Peyton Miller said has kept the team motivated and ready to prove that last year's success was not a fluke, and trying to build upon that success they had in the Liberty League tournament. And you could hear and feel the Bombers' presence down on the sideline, supporting their team and embracing that we over me culture before the game and during the first set. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you so much, Toby. And we talked to Coach Dolfer about the we over me culture. This was something that he said that the team decided on this year, that was what made this group of leaders, this group of captains so special. And in years past, it hadn't been that way, Jenna.
Absolutely. Going within each win that Ithaca has had, coaches really wanted to make sure this we over me mindset, that it's not one player that had the standout game. Whether if they played well, it's the team culture coming together. The team performed well there, and that's how you're going to be able to beat Hopkins tonight. Not just one player performing their best, but the whole team doing their jobs and playing the best they can.
So Jenna, if you're Coach Dolfer down there in that huddle, what do you say to your Bombers? What adjustments do you make here in the second set?
I think, absolutely. Every time you see Adams from Hopkins go up to hit the ball, I think you got to try out that triple block coming in. She is too powerful on offense right now. You need to be able to stop her hitting with her full momentum, trying to trick Hopkins to either tip the ball over or just slightly lessen that attack as much as you can.
It's been a fast-paced game. Hard to get 3 blockers onto one side, I'm sure, but definitely something the Bombers could experiment with to try and slow Adam down. And on the Hopkins side of things, what do you say?
I think Hopkins performing great tonight. I think the one thing they can perform better is on their blocking side as well. I think we've seen a bit of errors coming from Hopkins, whether that's getting the tool and Ithaca being able to read that well, just being able to see where Ithaca's going with the ball, being able to have that momentum going for them.
A couple of unnecessary service errors we did see there in that first set. But we are gearing up here for set number 2 as Jamie Koopman enters the floor, and Grace Reninga on the other side for the Blue Jays. Elena Swack, the sophomore out of McLean, Virginia, stepping up to the line to get us underway in set number 2. Over the net, diving is Costa, but that will be a service ace. A great placement there by Swack, saw the empty space on the floor, and she capitalized.
Able to, we talked about those service errors earlier. She said, let me not err, but let me get an ace instead on the Bombers.
And into the empty floor space is Gonzalez Abreu.
And there's that attack momentum that Hopkins has had over Ithaca. Bringing the aggression in is what the Bombers need as well.
The 5'9" outside hitter, a lot of power in that swing there as Costa's up at the line. Anakwa down and out of bounds. Bombers up 2-1 early in set number 2 as Costa up again. Looking for that empty floor space there right in front, but won't make it over. That'll be a service error on her. Roxy Carr. And down is Simran Carlson. The junior hitter, 53 kills on the season so far. She'll notch herself another one here. And that will give Hopkins the lead. And how about that serve perfectly placed, and Ellie Benedict can't get a handle on that one.
I think we're seeing a pattern here with those serves as well. Diving right over straight from her onto the line.
Onto that near side as Carr steps up again. And out of bounds on her, so Ithaca will regain possession. Yet another service error. Peyton Miller. A knock up the back set and into the empty floor is Chapo.
Miller there, but not quite able to reach out fast enough to be able to get the ball.
Grace Ranga gets herself an ace on her first serve of the rotation here.
She only had one ace so far in the season. Adding another one has been a constant for her.
A lot of empty floor space on the far left of that Ithaca side as Peyton Miller into the rafters. Costa saving and over the net. Back over is Costa, the diving dig. And out of bounds from Hopkins.
We saw that Alice Yu said, well, if Costa can get it, let me go to the other side, but too far out of the court.
And how about that dig from Julia Costa, showing off there in that back row. Gonzalez Abreu straight into the empty floor space on the back side of the Blue Jays side. That'll be another ace.
That's a one-handed toss as well. Interesting point for her.
The freshman looking again. Blue Jays thought it was out. So the free ball. Peyton Miller looking as Koopman and into the blockers and out. Ithaca ties it back up 6-6 as Ben Light Gymnasium starts to fill up even more so. Chapo over and the blockers misread that a little bit. A great tip from her.
Good timing on Chiakpo's too. Seeing that the block was right there, saying, okay, let me wait a minute and I'm going to tip it right to you. Block was almost there just enough, but just couldn't tip it over.
Seemed like she floated in the air for what felt like 5 seconds as Evelyn Batista out of Austin, Texas, steps up. Sammy Clem to Koopman. And the blockers up on that far side for Hopkins. That's Alice Yu and Simran Carlson.
We saw a play before, them blocking, just angling a bit to the right, being able to get it out. This time, fixing that mistake and getting the block.
Alice Yu second on the team in blocks for this Blue Jays squad. Looking the tip down from Koopman. Again, the blockers, Peyton Miller tries to get a touch on it off her shoulder.
That's a lower set from Swak we've seen in a while. Trying to get that fast pace, but a little low, but good adjustment on that middle, getting the ball.
Middle of the floor is open for the Bombers as Batista steps up again. Finds Clem, trying to get it over. Is Slavin, but cannot convert.
Slavin's been known to be aggressive as well, having 8 kills for herself during this season so far.
Seen a couple low touches out of the hands of Sammy Clem there in that back row. Will come to her yet again, finally gets it up a little higher. The free ball over from Miller. Looking is Carlson. Sets up Montgomery into the far side of the floor.
Beautiful hit and beautiful setup from Julia Costa. I talked about that earlier. Being a libero, you need to be able to be that second setter on the court, and that's exactly what she just did.
So Koopman up. Carlson again looking the blockers for Ithaca. Sets up Carlson again, the blockers down. Free ball. Graper, the touch over. To Carlson. Dug out by Koopman. Touch over. Carlson again and blocked down. Hopkins keeps it alive. Montgomery looks to finish, cannot. And into the empty floor space finally for the Blue Jays.
What a defensive run by Hopkins there. That was 5 saves in a row on Ithaca's hits.
The Bombers trying to put the hammer down, but cannot close the door. So Simran Carlson, who we just saw go over and over and over again with those hits, she'll step up to the line. Out of Edison, New Jersey. 5'10" out there, the junior. To Miller. Montgomery looking. The block up. For you, and down into the feet of Peyton Miller.
And we're hearing a bit more communication on both sides of the ball right now. Montgomery said she wants to be able to hit this ball, and that's exactly where he went. Then hearing on Hopkins' side as well, that middle responding, saying, well, now let me get the hit this time.
And out on Carlson for a service error.
Good read there by Gonzalez Zabru.
And how about these service errors? 8-2. Johns Hopkins has 8. Ithaca with 2 service errors as Slavin's up to the line. Little sloppy touch there, but the Bombers will take their point. 9-12 your score right now from Ben Light Gymnasium in set number 2 as Slavin steps up again. Looking is Sabatier and into the netting and down into the floor. Face Sabatier coming back in and making an immediate impact, the captain. The back set for you, over, dug out by Costa. To Montgomery, into the blockers and out.
Great play there from the Bombers. Again, it's been both teams with these blocks. Each team's been able to emphasize on the other team's block as well.
Gaining some momentum on the serves by Wesley Slavin. Looking for the kill, but dug out by Gonzalez Abreu, and no one is there. A little misread, a little miscommunication from the Bombers. So Simone Adam will get her kill as Alice Yu out of San Diego, California, steps up and delivers the serve. Sabatier looking far side into the crowd.
You can hear Costa down there telling her team to keep this energy up.
Sabatier up for Slavin. And touch into the empty floor space. Down is looking is Montgomery. Carlson with the hit. For Gonzalez Abreu. Fired up are those Bombers, and as they should be, an absolute laser from the freshman. Interesting to me, Jenna, that the freshman, she just looks so fearless out there.
She's taking full swings on every single play, knowing where this ball is on the court.
Draper looking, put that ball down, but cannot. So Sabatier steps up and into the hands of the blockers on that far side, Simone Adam and Anakwa. Anaqua 5th in the Centennial Conference that the Blue Jays are a part of in blocks, and shows off her skills there. Gonzalez Abreu up and looking for the hit again on the far side, a little far. And we will be going to a timeout. Our on-field host, Sam Schur, took a trip around campus to test Ithaca's knowledge of the sport of volleyball. So let's see how they did on Best on the Block.
Best on the block. With Sam Schur.
Yeah, volleyball. You don't have to know anything. I don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it.
That is, you are so fun.
That's good. I just wanted to stop walking.
Your name?
David.
David. Nice to meet you, David.
Nice to meet you.
David, when the volleyball lands on the line, is it A, out, B, in, or C, a replay?
It's in. Replay.
Sometimes that depends on the line judge you have, but it is in. I want to say in.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
And now back to the game.
Thank you so much, Sam. Great stuff as always. And 20 seconds left in the timeout here in set number 2 at Ben Light Gymnasium. 16-12 Hopkins with the lead from the Blue Jays.
12-16, close game here in Ben Light Gymnasium. We saw the first set tight there, 25-22. In this second set, we'll see if the Bombers can kind of catch up and get the lead again.
We knew it was going to be a fight, Jenna. You have the number 25 team in the country, just recently ranked, and the number 7 team in the country, and 2 high-quality programs, high-quality athletic departments. Is Johns Hopkins just recently beating Ithaca football, in fact. We'll get back underway in set number 2. Sabatier looking, the block up and over the net, the free ball, and into the netting. Cannot be saved by Hopkins. They were not expecting that ball to come down into the middle of the floor. The Bombers all over it, Jenna.
Costa put her all into that, and that's what Coach said earlier this morning as well. This Bombers team, they don't let the ball touch the floor in practice. It's everyone diving. The ball doesn't touch the floor without at least 3 bodies going on it as well.
Little misread there, but block will go over the net and out of bounds. Looking as Gonzalez Abreu. Little misread from Anaqua. Thought she had it, didn't jump just high enough. The set a little too high, a little bad timing, but Hopkins somehow managing to recover the backup behind there from Carlson. She'll get the touch over. Roxy Carr. Sabatier looking in the block. That'll be an Ithaca point.
Now Sabatier from the right side as well, which Coach talked about her this morning as well. She's really stepped in for this Bombers team, being able to take on that right side position and play with the delicacy that he hasn't seen before.
He's an Aqua, but Carlson, and the block down by Jamie Koopman and Slavin. Wesley Slavin, 5 blocks on the year, and for Koopman, 11. Refs are discussing, and that will be
It's a net violation there for John Hopkins. And it seems they thought they really got that point for a second, being able to see that their errors have been what's costing them this game so far.
Carlson, but dug out by Costa. Gonzalez Abreu, the tip into the empty floor space. What a read, what a touch.
That's being able to know that this Hopkins defense knows she's aggressive on the play. Her saying, let me take a different approach this time and tip it right over.
Slowing it down. Peyton Miller steps up again. Comes right back over, and Koopman putting the ball away. And Hopkins getting there in the huddle. I'm sure they're just trying to calm down a little bit after the Bombers regaining some momentum. They're up for one of the first times what feels like in this set, 18-17, as they'll try and finish and cannot, so we will be tied yet again, and that'll be Pam Chapo with the kill there. Number 11, Reininga. Koopman looking, hot off the hands of Helena Swak.
It's been a while since we've seen a rally between these two teams take place, Rihanna.
We've been seeing some big swings, Jenna, from both sides of the ball. High toss there from Gonzalez Abreu to Carlson. Miller looking, somehow getting a hand on it, but cannot be saved by Koopman. A great effort there, though, for the freshman in the back of the court.
She's putting her all into this volleyball game, whether it's her swings or her defensive play.
So we're 19 and 19 here with Batista at the line. Set up nicely for Montgomery. Into the hands. And back over the free ball. Costa up for sleeve and over the net. Carlson into the blockers, but dug out. Again, Miller digging it out, and Montgomery looking to finish, cannot. Yu looking for the touch, and she will get it.
It was the ceiling there that seemed to help Hopkins out on that one play.
And Miller a little frustrated with that rally there, bats the ball away as Alice Yu with the touch right over the blockers. So we're 20 to 19, Hopkins regaining the lead. Miller up for Slavin, Montgomery looking and blocked out of play.
Another error for Hopkins there.
So 20 to 20, a tie ball game, back and forth as Jamie Koopman, the reigning Liberty League Player of the Week, will be up at the line over the net on a tricky set play, but Gonzalez Abreu hits it back over. Alice Yu looking, and that will be in play.
That was directly at Miller. If she could get that hand out getting there, but that's just a great attack on that swing right there, Ria.
Great placement on that hit into that far near side corner. So Simran Carlson steps up. 8 service aces on the year for her, but won't get one there. And into the hands of Helena Swak, and Alice Yu was Alex Montgomery down into the Bombers' side of the court.
Bombers look a little frustrated after that play. Looked for a second there that there was going to be a net violation, but it was a clean hit.
So a little timeout here before we'll see second half of the set, but Toby Sabore, our sideline reporter, is down there with something for us. So Toby, take it away.
Thank you, guys. So the Bombers are going to try and use this timeout to do something that they figured out in the last timeout, which was get to the ball in the open spaces. You could hear in the final timeout Coach Johan Dolfer stressing that the Bombers needed to get to those open spots and take away the Hopkins opportunities, and that's what led to Ithaca crawling back in the second set to the spot where they are now, and now Ithaca is going to look to do that again to set it up to finish out the second set strong. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Toby. Johan Dolfer, the native of Holland in his 7th season with the Bombers, leading them to the NCAA tournament for 6 straight years, looking to make it 7. And Matt Troy on the Hopkins side of things in his 5th season was with the Blue Jays back in 2010 to 2012, took a little respite and then came back in 2019. Obviously doing a great job with this program. Number 7 in the country. Have only lost to Juniana, and Carlson up at the line. Gonzalez Abreu digging it out. Montgomery with the tip into the near side of the court.
What a play from Montgomery. Looking like she's going to take that full swing, tipping it right over. That's exactly what Coach Dolfer has been telling this team. Look at the open spaces on the court and being able to get the ball there.
Ithaca have been aggressive with their swings at the net so far, but maybe looking to see some tips. And the free ball for Ithaca. Set up by Slavin and Draper. Set up by Montgomery. Sabatier. Controlled by Hopkins. Free ball for Ithaca. Slavin. Sabatier with the tip again. You looking into the blocker. That is Graper. And Montgomery with a swing there. And finally, putting it away is Simone Adam.
It's been Adams all night that's been able to put this ball away, taking those D1 level swings on this Ithaca defense.
The Centennial Conference Rookie of the Year last year. Also a 2022 AVCA All-American Honorable Mention. Great season for her last year. Sabatier swinging and into the blockers. Looking again, a softer touch this time. Adam into the blockers. That is Graper and Montgomery on the far side. So Graper gets credit for the block, Montgomery on the assist. And we are 22-23 here. Blue Jays holding on to the lead as Ellie Benedict, the service ace leader on this team, steps up. Acosta trying to get a hand on that in the far side of the court, but the hit just a little too powerful from the Blue Jays. Simone Adam yet again. So Helena Swat, the sophomore setter. Graper looking, and she gets it.
Nat Swak being able to know as well, putting her hands up after play, knowing if I got my hands up, being able to set that ball.
So Hopkins will take a timeout here finally. 1 point away from victory in set number 2 and going up 2-0 on the Bombers. But now we're going to toss it back to Sam Schur for our best on the block. Sam, take it away.
Best on the block.
With Sam Schur. Show me your best volleyball save.
When they go to
Yeah, okay, that was pretty good.
That was ball.
That was good.
So the serve that you don't see anymore, but that they use in beach volleyball is really cool. You actually turn around and you hit the ball backwards like this, and make it go so high that it gets lost in the sun. That was my specialty.
Okay. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that segment of volleyball trivia questions. Now let's get back to the game.
Best on the block.
With Sam Schur.
Thank you, Sam. Back here at Ben Light Gymnasium, where plenty of Ithaca athletes are in the stands here as we are at the Bomber Invitational.
Seems we got the basketball team here. Volleyball team supporting them right at their home gym as well. Basketball team coming to support them.
See a couple soccer players down there, field hockey as well. The full Bombers supporting Bombers here at Ben Light as Julia Costa, a well-known athlete on this campus, steps up, and Carlson into the netting.
And there's those errors that Hopkins that has led the Bombers to come back. The Bombers have been able to take attacks. Many would say that Hopkins should be way ahead in this game. Their own errors are what are costing them right now.
Reininga making a funny face at that one as 24-24 is the score now, and Chapo out of play on the hit. Ithaca regains the lead. The crowd liked that one. Carlson up. Chapo looking, and out of play on the block.
Costa doing a somerset there, offside on the courts.
So we're tied at 25s here as it'll be Roxy Carr stepping up. 10 service aces on the year for her so far. So Koopman up as the Bombers trying to put it away is Chapo but cannot. Gonzalez Abreu off the tip of her fingers a little bit and lets that one go away. So Hopkins retakes it 26-25. What a set, Jenny.
It's been a back and forth from Hopkins and the Bombers. And look at Costa on that last play. She's just everywhere on the court this set.
Sabatier up. For Gonzalez Abreu, straight into the hands of Anakwa and Chapo on the block there. Firing her up is Helena Swak as they celebrate their set 2 victory. And now we're going to send it back down to the desk. Devin Jarvis taking it away for a little halftime show. Devin, what do you got?
4, 3. Thanks for sticking around with us here at Ben Light Gymnasium. It is halftime. First set, not so good for the Bombers, 25-22. And the second set, kind of similar, 27-25. Gentlemen, players of the game so far, who have we liked?
Well, I mean, for me, it has to be on the Bomber side of Tyler Draper. She has looked incredible all game. I feel like even the reason that the Bombers have been able to be in these close sets is just because of her sheer offensive dominance. Her blocks have been there. She has 3 total on the day. The points have been there as well. She has 6. And it just feels like every time she's out there, she's always a part of the play. She's been there every single time when it's been needed the most, and she's been incredible all day.
I've got to go with the Johns Hopkins player here. They did win the first 2 sets, and I'm going for a girl that I think really represents everything that their team's been doing right, Simran Carlson, who has just been incredible. She's gotten up there for a few blocks, which is just something that Johns Hopkins has been able to completely outmatch Ithaca at so far in this game. She's also just really been able to be everywhere in the gymnasium, and she's been great for this team.
Absolutely. And that's all we have for now as far as analysis goes, but we asked some members of the team some most likely to questions. To learn a little bit more about them, let's send it over and take a look.
Jamie, 100%, no doubt. Jamie. I think Jamie for that one. Jamie for sure. I'm gonna say Jamie. I'll go with Anaya for that one. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with Anaya on this one. This one, I'm gonna give to Naomi. She has a very imaginative person. I would say Naomi. I still want to say Feichi. I think she's just so silly. Yeah. Peyton. It's almost happened, so. Peyton. Probably Peyton again. Peyton. Probably Peyton or Gabby. I'm gonna say Naomi or Peyton. Gabby. Probably Gabby. I would say Faith. I don't know. I want to say Julia because I feel like she's just not there.
Blue Jays right here at Ben Light Gymnasium. We are ready to send it back to our broadcasters in the booth, Rihanna DeCrow and Jenna Johnson. Enjoy.
Devin, thank you so much. We're back here at Ben Light Gymnasium. And what a night it's been for those Blue Jays, fighting for every single point. The Bombers making them work for it, Jenna.
Absolutely. The Bombers have been proving that they are a competitive team here, being able to take those fast swing attacks onto the play, which Hopkins has needed to respond to. It's been a close game, that second set going into the tie of 25-25.
Close back and forth, no doubt, and the Bombers will need to gain some momentum here if they want to stay alive for a 4th set.
Casa hyping up her teammates right now.
See the we over me demonstrated yet again, and looking out on the Bombers side of things, Naomi Close, excuse me.
There are smiles all on the Bombers' faces right now. They are having fun. They're ready to be competitive in this 3rd set.
So junior Ellie Benedict, the transfer from UAlbany, kicking us off here in set 1, and a little miscommunication early from the Blue Jays. That'll be Reininga with the error there, and couldn't decide who wanted to hit it, her or Carr. So Benedict up again. Straight to Carr. Reininga up, Carlson looking. And a couple of touches there from the Bombers. Hopkins will get their first point of set number 3.
We haven't seen a lift called on this Bombers team yet. Going to save the ball, trying to get that fist to be able to get that to be called a dig rather than a lift. But that open palm, making an error for the Bombers.
So Reininga with the serve. Up is Naomi Klaus, getting her first kill of the night on what is some of her first action of the night as well. The freshman coming in and making an impact. Carlson looking, the blockers are up, and it's Clausen Koopman.
Making a statement in her first couple minutes of this game.
Julia Costa to Reininga. Up is Carlson, looking into the empty floor space. Bombers cannot get a touch. So to remind you, set number 1 went to Johns Hopkins 25-22. Set number 2, 27-25. Ithaca fighting back there late. And now it is a 3-2 Ithaca lead. Hopkins with the serve here. This is Evelyn Batista. Koopman looking. Dinging it out is Carr. Tip over. And Costa will send the free ball over. Carlson looking and into the hands of Close. And out of play. Batista up again. To Gonzalez Abreu. Koopman looking. Off Reininga. Save. Like maybe a net violation?
Net violation. I feel like the head getting the dig there on the play, but it was a net violation that stopped play.
Peyton Miller with the serve. For you, looking for the kill, but won't get it. So up into the rafters on that pass. Gonzalez Abreu looking. Reininga. Free ball over the net, dugout. Again, Reininga. Looking is Carr. For Gonzalez Abreu, straight into the hands and out of play. 5-3, the Bombers taking the lead in set 3. And off the hands of Gonzalez Abreu, long of that back line, so Hopkins will get the ball back. It's 5-4 Ithaca.
Ithaca starting strong in this first match, being able to get fast serves and fast attacks on Hopkins.
So Carlson to Costa, getting over, and the net violation.
Seems Slavin there going up to try and get her kill herself, but get too tight on the net on that pass from Costa, getting the net violation for herself.
Gonzalez Abreu, the touch over. Saved and into the empty floor is Simone Adam. Have yourself a night, Simone Adam. We've talked about her over and over again, how special she's been. 10 kills for Simone Adam tonight. How about it? Carlson also having a fantastic night for the Blue Jays as Koopman looks to touch it over and out of play. Jamie Koopman, 6 foot out there on the floor, one of the strongest players on Ithaca's roster. Showed her strength a little bit too much there. Gonzalez Abreu into the blockers on that far side. That's Alice Yu and Helena Swat. Coming up big for the Blue Jays here in this third set. 8-5 is your score. Blue Jays on a run at the moment. Koopman looking into Reininga's hands, but saved by Batista, and Carlson looking and long.
We've seen a lot of Hopkins errors come from these back row attacks, taking too far of a swing, leading it to go out of bounds on these two sides.
Just behind that 10-foot line there. Hard to be accurate. She'll get the dig there, and out of play from Simone Adam. Someone who's been outstanding all night makes a little error there. So Gonzalez Abreu, the freshman. A hard serve into the arms of the Blue Jays and going both up on sides of the net. Somehow getting it over. Peyton Miller looking, the touch by Montgomery. Shuffling is the Blue Jays, but cannot control it.
See, we saw a little miscommunication on the Hopkins side, as during that last play, it was unclear who was going to try and get that third touch.
So 8-8, evens it up. Looking and digging it out is Peyton Miller off that hit by Simone Adam. Miscommunication there between the two captains, Costa and Montgomery. That ball will fall into the empty floor, and an unnecessary, unneeded error.
That is a move in volleyball that no coach wants to see. You constantly hear coaches tell their players, go for the ball no matter what you see. Somebody needs to get the touch. To see it fall in between the two players, that's just a lack of communication.
Alice Yu into the netting, a service error on her. So we're back up, tied again, a little respite from Ithaca's error there.
This game's been a back and forth of errors on each side so far during this set.
Simone Adam looking again, diving is Sammy Clem. Peyton Miller gets the touch and Montgomery sends it over. Adam looking again, and the block is up and out of play. Slavin and Draper there on that near side looking for the block, came out a little hot, and
Hopkins seemed unsure for a second if that was going to go out or if they were going to have to go make a diving play there.
All players turned their heads to watch that ball, and Peyton Miller diving for that one. Montgomery swinging. Touch by Reininga. And it'll be Carlson that sends it over. Draper looking into the hands of Reininga. Carlson. Sammy Clem saves it. And Clem looking for her kill, won't get it. Setting up Chapo into the blockers. Free ball for Ithaca. Peyton Miller to Slavin. Draper again, and finally down into the floor. The Bombers take the point. 10-10, your score in set number 3.
Both rallies there. We saw a couple free balls go, but just looked a bit disappointed, and you could hear each coach from each side yell to their team to talk and be able to communicate.
Chapo goes up for the hit. Dinging it out is Sammy Clem. Montgomery swinging. Reininga. Montgomery, Julia Costa diving towards the crowd and sending it even further that way. A huge momentum swing of a set, Jenna.
Absolutely.
Back and forth. It feels a little bit like a roller coaster here in Ben Light Gymnasium as Roxy Carr steps up and delivers. Draper looking. Dinging it out is close. And she'll swing for her second look of the night, but that'll be...
There's a touch on that ball if that was a block before it went right into the net.
Regardless, Chapo and Anakwa on that far side, blocking the vision. Sammy Clem looking. Swinging is Carlson. And somehow went off the hands of one of the Ithaca players.
Bomber surprised on that call, thinking they got the point there. A slight touch on that block.
I think they all knew that ball was going out of play, as they'll take a timeout here, and our good friend Toby Zabure there down on the sidelines is Toby, take it away.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Matt Giavoni. Matt, the Bombers have come out fiery here in this third set, down 2 sets to none. What have you seen from Ithaca here?
I mean, it's been a tough day for Ithaca all around. Hopkins is blocking very well. They're owning the lines. It's just an incredible offensive effort from Johns Hopkins. However, Ithaca looks very good. They've come out with a fiery, hyped up spirit of competition that's really tough to explain, but they are sticking with them. They're not going down. Ithaca's definitely not out of this, but it's a steep uphill battle if they want to get back into this one.
Thank you so much, Toby. Matt, great work as always down there.
Matt was saying it that both teams are emphasizing line shots much more than they are cross shots. Just shows how good both liberos have been on diving for that ball.
Roxy Carr, the outside hitter and defensive specialist at the line. Close. Gets a touch on it, but no one is there. So Roxy Carr gets the ace. It's close will come out, and Sabatier will be subbed in for the Bombers. Slavin goes up. Sabatier swinging into the hands of the blockers, and it will be out of play. Coming out is Montgomery and Clem for the Bombers. And in is Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu. And straight into serve, Ellie Benedict, who's 10th in the Liberty League in service aces. And Chapo swings and into Graper and Gonzalez-Abreu. No one back there in the far side of the court, and that ball falls straight onto the hardwood.
Now it's Roxy Carr telling her team, my bad, I should have been there to get the point. This Ithaca offense is able to get right where they need to go.
Ellie Benedict, a rare service error from her. So the ball will fall back into the hands of the Blue Jays. It's 15-12 Blue Jays from Ben Light Gymnasium here. Reininga. The swing of Graper, dug out by Carr over the free ball from Carlson. Swinging again is Graper. Costa sets it up for Gonzalez-Abreu. The tip into the empty floor space, cannot get there.
Seems Hopkins trying to argue that there was a touch there on the ball. Looking at the refs, you see Carr questioning the play.
I believe that was Swak who dove for that one, but couldn't quite get there. Carlson swings. Touching it is Montgomery and, Benedict, and that will fly all the way into the crowd.
We haven't seen a lot of offsets lately. We've seen tight sets to the net so these hitters can get strong. Ithaca's block has shown they're going to be able to get those tight balls, proving that this setter needs to set a bit out, and that's how we saw that kill.
So Evelyn Batista serves for Hopkins straight into the net. Yet another service error. If you're just joining us here on the stream, set number 1 went to Johns Hopkins 25-22, set number 2 27-25, and we are here at set number 3 16-14. It is Hopkins, and they'll go up yet again at 17-14 now off that big swing from Simran Carlson.
Coach Cameron Bancroft, assistant coach, trying to hype up the Bombers right now.
She'll step up for the serve, and Slavin sets up Koopman into the blockers and out of play.
Ithaca showing Hopkins, you can hit in the block, I can do the exact same thing.
And Jamie Koopman, just last weekend, was the MIT MVP, Performer of the Week in the Liberty League. And how about that?
Heading out of bounds, but stopped. Hopkins saving Ithaca from that one.
Straight back over for Ithaca. Setting up Montgomery, the tip. Montgomery, the free ball over. Sets up. And Miller diving, but cannot get there. Simone Adam getting another kill for tonight.
Adam's able to read the block perfectly, knowing when to take those full attacks and when to tip to the side, seeing that Miller was far back enough to be able to get the ball.
Adam hitting .321 in this one. .282 on the season, trying to get it as Clem, but cannot dig it out. So we are 19-16 Hopkins with the lead here in set number 3 at Ben Light Gymnasium. Game 1 of the Bomber Invitational. Alice Yu at the line. Straight into the netting. That's her second service error of the game. And Jamie Koopman, who was injured for the majority of last season. Senior, a key part of this team, is trying to dig it out as Sam Clem, but
Adam's strong with that swing, being able to switch it up and now say, let me get it cross court for this Bombers.
And it feels like for the Blue Jays, it's been the Carlson and Adams show on the hitting and killing side of things. Swing after swing comes from them. Draper goes over with a tip. Diving as Montgomery cannot get it. So Ithaca will take a timeout here, try and regather themselves as we are 4 points away. And we want to give it back to Cam Mann. I want to tell you about a little festival that goes on in Ithaca here, one of my favorites, alongside Apple Fest. Cam, take it away.
Residents of Ithaca will be back in the street dancing to their favorite local musicians in just under a week.
What I like about it is togetherness. It's like everybody is mixing and meshing and coming together as one, and they're just enjoying the message of music. And it seems like every single porch has a message. It's just not just music. It's like people are telling their stories. This is a moment to be vulnerable and just play what they love and what they love to do.
Catch Sing Shreese and dozens of other local musicians in Fall Creek next weekend. I'm Cam Anna. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Cam. We have about 25 seconds left here in this timeout as Coach Johan Dolfer here is trying to fire up his team, and it looks like it's working. The Bombers trying to gain back some momentum here to stay alive.
Absolutely. Dancing around over there on those sidelines, hyping up the 6 on the court right now.
And Johns Hopkins, how about this, looking quite confident, taking the first 2 sets, doing the wave there on the bench, and looking to close out set number 3 for the sweep of the Bombers. Swak at the line, straight into the netting.
They can't keep waving if they're going to keep making these service errors on Hopkins' side.
Trying to get some magic going on the service side of things, but 10 service errors for Johns Hopkins in this game. And Adam yet again closing out another point. And how about Simone Adam, Rookie of the Year last year in the Centennial Conference, showing that she is a top-tier player here on this hardwood floor at Ben Light Gymnasium. Roxy Carr with the serve. Sam Clem couldn't decide, but saved Sabatier, pressing it over the net. Carlson sends the free ball over. Leaving up Sabatier with a swing. Trying to get it, keeping it alive, and sending the free ball over is Carr. What a recovery from Hopkins! And into the netting finally.
Carlson on that dive, almost over there to the scoreboard.
It looked like a scramble from Johns Hopkins for the majority of that point there, Jenna. All over the floor they were running, some messy touches, a couple of free balls sent over, and that'll send Ellie Benedict up as we're 19-22. Blue Jays with the lead. Chapo swinging.
Past the antenna. She was too far off that right side, thinking she got it in, but that went on the outside of the antenna, making that out, as it can't be played once it goes out.
Was a little bit too far on that far side as Ellie Benedict will step up yet again for the Bombers. Anakwa with the touch. Little awkward hand movement there, but hey, whatever works. Into the empty floor space, and the Blue Jays get the ball back, and the lead is 23-20. Blue Jays, Reininga, the libero, the grad student, transfer from Northwestern at the line, and out of play from
Another
her.
service error for Hopkins there.
And Reininga, just a family of athletes. Her mom playing volleyball at K-State, and her father played baseball at Northwestern, so transferred over to Johns Hopkins, though, to complete her master's. Carlson swings it into the hands of Jamie Koopman and Sabatier, but
not quite able to get it over the net. Stuffed it right into them.
So we are one away here from a Blue Jays sweep of the Bombers. And it'll be Batista looking to close it out, put the nail in the coffin. The free ball from Ithaca. Reininga swinging is Koopman, showing signs of life.
It's able to capitalize on that free ball there.
So Peyton Miller Carlson swinging and down. That'll be all she wrote here from Ben Light Gymnasium. 25-23 here in this final set. 25-22 was set number 1, went to the Blue Jays. 27-25 was set number 2, and 25-23 in set 3. That'll be a Blue Jays sweep of the Bombers, proving their rank. That will be the ball game here, and for Jenna Johnson, Devin Jarvis, Alec Brown, Matthew Giavoni, Toby Zabore, I'm Rihanna DeCrow. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.